Yo, 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 yo. What's going on?
I gotcha.
Buddy?
Check 1 2 1 2. Hello.
Looking good.
Coming in loud and clear, good buddy.
Looking good. What do I need? This right here.
But how do I sound?
You sound fabulous, my friend.
Velvety
Fabulous.
tones, buddy.
Fabuloso.
Here we go. The Padded Room Podcast is back on the air, you lovely ladies. My name is Darian. I am still here with another week of horror talk and funny sounds and special effects and bearded gentlemen that are also in the room. Oh, there's one right there. Did you hear that? There was just heard one right there. Dusty's in the house. What's going on, Dusty?
Oh, how's it going? Good,
Besides
good.
making fun noises with your mouth.
That's what she said.
Hey, now.
That wasn't his mouth.
That's what my son does all the time. He comes in here and he turns all this equipment on, and then he just goes into the microphone for like 5 minutes, and then he listens to it again on the computer.
You got a winner there, buddy.
I tell you, I think he was fed paint chips at an early age.
That's all right.
What's going on with you, big fella?
I don't know, just getting back into the normal swing of things after the old spring break, you know. So, a little mini vacation this weekend. Went up to a couple of friends of ours, bought a house up in Grey Eagle, up in the mountains of Northern California there.
Very
so that's
nice.
fun, yeah. Played some pickleball, did some old fella stuff. And,
Oh, very cool.
You know, a little hiking. So.
I feel like I should get into the groove of pickleball.
You know, I kind of knocked it at first.
Did
My
you?
buddy was playing it, and when he gets into something, he gets all the way in.
Yeah,
right?
it goes all in.
He went through the horseshoe phase, right? Where he was playing in a league, a horseshoe league.
Yeah.
He went through the cornhole phase, and he won
Okay.
a couple cornhole tournaments, and then he got in the pickleball thing, and he's good, right?
Yeah.
And then I said, "What are you playing old person sport for?" And I went out there, and the wife started playing before me, and then she, "You got to try it. It's really fun." And I was, "Oh, okay." And you go out there, and I was like, "Damn, this is actually pretty fun." You're like playing ping pong, but you're standing on the table, so it's pretty fun.
It's
I like
basically like a modified tennis, right?
Yeah,
Kinda?
you play
A weird
kind of like
way?
with a wiffle ball kind of
Yeah,
thing, with
with
a
a little
smaller racket.
ass
yeah.
paddle kind of
Yeah,
thing,
exactly.
like a frat boy paddle.
Frat boy
kind of a
paddle,
thing.
exactly. There you go. Yeah.
Right on. You had fun though?
Oh yeah, it was
How was the
fun.
weather up there?
Saturday was beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, Friday we got there. It was a little off and on rain. Saturday was just gorgeous. Like I said, we went hard for a hike and played like 4 hours of pickleball, drinking beer while we were playing pickleball. It was
Nice.
fun. Good old time.
Good times.
And then Sunday wake up to snow falling.
Oh, fucking shit. It's
You know,
true.
Northern Nevada / Northern California springs.
I hate it.
You never know what you're going to get.
It's like it's almost like prom night, you know? You think you're going to get lucky, and then, boom,
Yep.
you're walking home alone, and she's off with someone else, and you're getting snowed on in the middle of fucking April, buddy. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I thought I had a good analogy there with prom night, and thinking it was... Yeah, never mind. I'm going to stop talking. Buddy, what's up with you there, fella?
Oh, see, Saturday I went on a lunch ride with Harley Davidson and beautiful weather, like Dusty was saying.
Yeah.
And went to a pizzeria in Wadsworth. And then this morning I shoveled 5 inches of snow out on the
I
driveway.
know.
So.
Yeah.
That's true.
April Fools.
Motherfucker.
It's springtime. Fuck you.
Yeah,
April Fools. It's winter still.
Back to winter. Now, get your
Yeah.
fucking shovel out, you asshole. Mm-hmm. Yep, I'm with you, man. I hate it.
Yeah.
I spent, I had to work Saturday. I spent Sunday hopping from one birthday party to the next with my kids. Basically spent the entire day and probably upwards of $500 at Coconut Bowl. Mm-hmm. And everything was cool. Had a great time. Come back, wake up Monday morning. Boom. Cold as shit. Mm-hmm. Windy. Yeah. Fucking ass. Fuck this, man. I'm just done with it. All
that
right.
spring is a bit of a tease, isn't she?
It is. Just like my prom date.
Bloody bitch.
Well, we got a regular horror show to get into here, fellas. We got horror news, listener mail, all kinds of fun things going on. How about a little horror news to kick us off?
Yeah.
Horror news.
All right, what do you got?
I'll go first, buddy. So Lionsgate has announced The Long Walk release date for its upcoming dystopian horror thriller starring Star Wars vet Mark Hamill as the main antagonist. The film is based on the 1979 novel of the same name written by Stephen King, who first published it under his pseudonym Richard Bachman. Mm-hmm. Remember back in the day when he's writing under Richard Bachman, wrote a few stories back then. The story takes place in the future in which 100 teenage boys embark on an annual competition known as the Long Walk. The rules are simple. Maintain a speed above 4 miles per hour, receive 3 warnings in an hour, and you're shot dead. So the last one walking gets whatever he wants for the rest of his life.
Nice.
So, under these grim circumstances, the boys develop deep friendships despite knowing that each of their friends' survival is a threat to their own. So The Long Walk is set to release in theaters September 12th this year.
Yeah, the winner is the last one standing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yep. I read the story long time ago. I read the book, but it's
That's a tough sell, dude.
Man.
But as a teenager, I can tell you right now, I would be there. Yeah. Anything I want for the rest of my life? Fuck yeah.
It's kind of like a Hunger Games thing. I think they choose them.
Oh, do they? Like a
from
lottery?
okay.
From my recollection, they choose them because it's in the, the dystopian future. So, and they're not volunteers.
Oh,
so
well,
Why did Fat Earl get it? Well,
hey,
we ain't gonna win.
you see that scrawny kid up there jumping up and down, waving his hands? He's not getting in.
yeah.
He wants it a little too bad. I don't think so. Right on, man. I'm into it. I'll check that out when it comes out.
Yeah, should be good. The next one I had was new Resident Evil movie gets plot details.
Ooh.
All right, it's more inspired by the game. So, Barbarian director Zach Krager has finally opened up about Sony Pictures' new Resident Evil movie, which will serve as the latest entry in the blockbuster action horror film franchise based on Capcom's popular video game series. The untitled project is currently set for September 18th, 2026 release. So, during a recent appearance at CinemaCon, Krager teased what Resident Evil fans should expect from his reboot, promising a wild ride for the audiences. He also confirmed that his movie will be more inspired by the thrilling gameplay that the video games are known for, while assuring fans that his vision will be unlike any of the previous films. He goes on to say there's a moment that comes in almost every Resident Evil game where you find yourself in a dark passageway, your health is almost zero, and there's no way around. Krager shared, you have to go through, but you know there's something awful for you at the other end. My movie will be built in the spirit of those games and follows one central protagonist from point A to point B as they descend deeper into hell. Ooh. So, yeah, sounds good.
It sounds good, yeah.
It
I like it.
Yep. And
that's sounds better than Mia Jovovich doing slow-motion kickflips.
Yeah, they're going to stay more true to the source material.
Yeah.
That's going to be cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But when was the last time you guys played a Resident Evil game?
I played that new one, Village, on the PS4. I was never very good at them, though. Because I panic, right? Because you don't have... I really do. You're just fucking mashing buttons because the fucking zombies are after you.
Yeah.
And that one had... Kombat. Yeah, exactly. That one had werewolves, and they were fucking faster than shit, so... And you know how you play. I mean, how you do. You have very limited ammo and all that shit.
Oh, yeah.
So
you got to go find the shit.
It's a very more of a sneaky trying to get around the monsters kind of thing. But then when you get cornered, you're just fucked. And then, panic ensues.
Yeah.
So that's the last one I played.
I got the remakes of 1 and 2 on the PlayStation Store. They're unplayable, man. You have to, hold the button down to get the guy to move. you can never turn him the right way. You end up like walking into a wall, and then like the camera angle turns, and now you're walking back the way you came, and you don't want some fucking pain in the ass. Remember I was talking, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, about nostalgia and how much you miss games, and then you play them now, and you're like, oh, this is fucking dumb. Yes. And then I get all pissed off because I can't find the green key or the Queen of Spades or whatever the hell.
That was another thing about those games. You had to check every fucking drawer, every nook, every cranny to find the shit you needed.
Yes.
Very cerebral. I just want to go on and fucking shoot stuff or go hack and slash.
Yeah, what you got to do is go on to AOL and you find some turd nugget with a
complete walkthrough.
Yes, that's what you need.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then you have to send him porn, so he'll send you the complete walkthrough.
What you do here, you moron?
Well, if I was a smart guy,
Which I am.
Is that all you got?
Yep, that's all I got.
Buddy?
All right, well, Shudder has turned 10 years old, so happy birthday there and happy anniversary, whatever.
Wow.
Shudder. That's pretty cool.
Shudder's as old as my son.
Yeah,
Wow.
I didn't realize it was that old.
Me neither.
Return of the Living Dead, resurrected on Steelbook 4K UHD from Scream Factory. So, yeah, celebrating 40 years, 1985.
Yeah.
And then it's a 3-disc set that includes 4K resorption from the original camera and negative with Dolby Vision and special features, including a work print of the film and 2011 documentary More Brains, A Return to the Living Dead from Scream Factory's previous edition.
Might have to grab that one.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on that.
Yeah. Wonder if you get to see Trash's meat curtains.
They did the take without the...
I think maybe
what do they call those things? A merkin?
The fucking maxi pad or whatever she wore.
Right?
Might have to pick that one up. Right on.
Well, that's all I got. What do you got?
Okay. Do you guys remember a dude by the name of Mike P. Nelson? He's been on the show before. He directed a movie called The Domestics.
Oh, yeah.
And the latest not-so-greatest installment of the Wrong Turn franchise. He has just been confirmed to direct a giant snake movie called Titan for Lionsgate.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
So, Anaconda?
Probably. Well, that's coming out. That starring Jack Black, of all people.
It's
so
kind of
there's that.
comedy in there,
Yeah. Dexter Original Sin has been confirmed for a second season.
I read
Anybody keeping up on that one?
No.
Yep.
Yeah,
I watched the first season.
Yeah?
Yep.
What do you think?
Yeah, it was good. I liked it.
You in for a second season?
Yep. I would definitely do
cool.
a second season.
Speaking of Scream Factory, they're also giving Monkey Shines and Lord of Illusion the 4K UHD treatment this June.
Okay.
I'll probably pick up Lord of Illusion. I don't think I need Monkey Shines. That's a pretty silly fucking movie.
Very silly.
It's fine, but there's some sexual, I guess, innuendos between the dude and the monkey. And it's like, okay. And that's a George Romero movie, too. Okay, George. I don't think we need to go there. Do we?
George.
Oh, Georgie.
George. Take it easy there, George.
How you doing, Georgie?
It's like a weird... It's almost like a Fatal Attraction, but with a paraplegic guy and a monkey. You've seen it, right? I know you have.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's so guy gets in a car
80s
accident.
movie.
Yeah, and he's in one of those wheelchairs that you move with the straw in your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And
Help a monkey.
He gets like a seeing eye monkey. It's like one of those little monkeys. It'd be great if it was a gorilla.
Yeah.
Because then, you are now a sex toy for the gorilla.
For the gorilla, yeah.
Or he might just rip your face off.
If
he
you're
felt
lucky.
If he felt the urge.
Yeah. But, of course, the monkey goes crazy and starts killing everybody that comes to the house. And
It gets very jealous of the guy.
everybody, yeah. It's a whole ass thing. It wasn't very good.
It's one of those little outbreak monkeys, the white-faced
Yeah, the
monkeys,
little-
the kombucha.
Yeah.
The ones that kombucha.
I think that's what I don't know what they're called. That's I think what they're called.
The drink.
It's a probiotic monkey. Okay?
It's something like that. Kombuchin.
It's good for digestive health. One of those monkeys. Lastly, it looks like pre-orders are available for Zombie Army VR coming to Quest or MetaQuest and PlayStation VR.
Okay.
You ever played the Zombie Army games?
I have not. I played the Arizona Sunshine, both 1 and 2. That was
Cool.
fun.
Yeah. This is World War II zombies.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'd have to
so
check that out.
It's there's a series of games called Zombie Army. It's all Nazi zombies, and
Oh, cool.
it's kind of like Left 4 Dead. You ever play those ones?
Oh, yeah.
Same thing. You only have like 3 or 4 missions, and you pick which guy, and then you go off and run through the village, and you can play the whole game in probably 2 hours.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
But it's fun. It's a fun
Pick
game.
that one up.
I don't know if I want to shit my pants in front of my kids playing Zombie Army VR. Also might be some ethnic slurs. Fucking Nazis! Get out of here! All right, well, that's all we got on the horror news. How about some listener mail, fellas?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Listener mail.
Yes, sir. No emails this week. Looks like we have some voicemails, though. We'll start it off with our main man in Alabama. Here comes Alan.
Hey, Alan.
Hey, room, what's up?
What's up, Alan?
Hope everybody's doing good. Let's see. Meat Hook, 3 horror machines.
Yeah. What do you think?
Number 1, I'm going to go Ash's Chainsaw Hand.
Oh, okay.
Number 2, The Terminator.
That's a machine.
Arnold. And number 3, I'm going to go, even though I don't remember it really getting much use, it was cool, the steak jackhammering from Dusk Till Dawn. Let's see, what did I watch?
That was kind
I
of
watched
silly.
Friday the 13th Part 3.
Okay.
And then I watched this movie called The New Kids, which Sean Cunningham directed.
Mm-hmm.
It's said it's hard, but it's really not. It's more like a revenge flick. No rape, just revenge.
Oh.
It was pretty good. Anyway, that's all I got. I'll call back with who I think Mr. Darian is.
All right.
Hope everybody's doing good. Talk to y'all later. Bye.
Right on.
Nice.
I feel like, unless the act was pretty grievous, the murder revenge isn't necessarily warranted without the rape. You know what I mean?
If somebody kills my dog, fuck them.
Kills your dog, kills
John
your
Wick,
kid, maybe kills your wife.
Yeah.
But if somebody cuts you off in traffic, that doesn't need to be a movie.
I guess not. You mean Falling Down?
Yeah,
With Kirk Douglas?
That was my whole argument for The Purge. You know what I mean? I would just have a list of license plates, and on March 21st, track those motherfuckers down. Mm-hmm. Well, he called back. He must have figured out who I was.
Okay. I had to go back and remember the clues. You're the Sacrament.
You got
Love
me.
that movie. It's probably my favorite Kai West movie.
All right, on.
That's all I got. Talk to y'all later. Bye.
Beautiful. Thanks for calling in, Alan.
Thanks, Alan.
Thanks, Alan.
You guys seen The Sacrament?
Oh, yeah.
It's a good show,
love it.
right?
Really
yeah.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Right on. Well, that's all we got on the listener mail. I guess it's time for a movie then, huh, fellas?
Sounds
All
good.
right.
Why did you go there? I told you. It was not safe. Do you know these people? The man, he is her son. He helps. The woman, she practices the old ways. She's a bruja. They don't believe they can let you go. They have seen something inside you. A demon. I don't know what's in my food. I don't know what day it is. You can't understand what you see now. This is insane. This isn't you. It's what's inside you.
There is no demon, Christina.
My name is Christina Lopez. I came to this place to die.
The Old Ways from 2020, gentlemen. 5.4 stars on IMDb. Directed by Christoph Allender. Written by Marcus Gabriel. Stars Bridget Kelly Canales, Andrea Cortez, and AJ Bowen. It is, of course, A.J. Bowen month here in the padded room. Tell you what, my friends, got to get me a little bit more Bridget Callie Canales. She is doing okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Especially in a bra and panties. I wish we could have had a little bit more of that action, but that's okay.
Very nice.
Very nice. Like me some Latinas. I've always had everybody that's known me since high school was amazed that I married a white woman. Because all of my girlfriends have been Latinas. Usually really bitchy ones, too. I think that's something for me.
They're quite bossy.
They are very bossy, but I kind of like that. Well, my wife is pretty bossy, too.
Oh, there you go. You got the Latina attitude with
the whitey. It's whatever. Right on. This one is streaming on Netflix. We're going to start off. We're in Mexico to start with, Veracruz. And we start off with what appears to be either a torture session or it's just a lady being held down and thrashing around, and a little girl coming in and being like, "Mommy," and then like the lady kind of pushes towards the girl, and you see she's got like some jacked up teeth, and I'm gonna get you, and then we snap to present day. So we're back in Veracruz, and now we kind of walk into like a human trafficking situation here. Or at least it looks that way.
It does, yeah.
We got a young lady with a bag over her head being brought into what appears to be some kind of a basement dungeon situation. Hut, yeah. It looked very Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
You know, with like the brickwork.
jungle coming through the bricks.
Like the vines coming through and all that stuff. They bring her in with a bag over her head, and they kind of chain her down to a bed. And which is kind of sitting up. I think like her hands were chained to one of the legs of the bed, so she could move around a little bit. She had some play. But they take the bag off her head, and it's a very attractive Bridget Callie Canales playing Christina. And they say a bunch of stuff in Spanish, and then another young lady comes in, and was Miranda her cousin?
Cousin, yeah.
That's what I thought. But they... very close, or at least they were at one point, very close cousins.
When they were younger,
in comes Miranda, who knows Christina, and she's like, "What are you doing, dude? We told you not to go to La Boca. Don't go to La Boca." She went there anyway, and we'll learn more about La Boca and what it is and what the hell's going on there. Although I'm going to be honest with you, other than it being a cave, I'm not still 100%. I guess that's where the demon lives.
Yeah.
Or that's where you go and you get fucked up somehow.
It's a place of evil.
Evil place. That
Villagers don't go there. You go there and you don't come back.
Well, if they had high school kids, that would be a good place to party and try to have sex with each other.
And they get rid of some high school pukes, too.
That's true, yeah. Well, probably one of them comes back with a demon and then shoots up the place or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
There's always that.
But how about we just put a big fence around it, gate it off or something? You know, it's a cave. You can fill it in.
Yeah, put a big-ass rock right in front of the entrance.
You know, blow it up. Seal the entrance.
Yeah.
Hey, just leave it. People are going to walk in there all the time. Anyway, she went to La Boca, and she wasn't supposed to. Everybody told her not to, but she went anyway. Now we're going to get, we start off with, okay, are these people crazy? Is our journalist here, was she abducted? We don't know for sure. We get, some very quick flashbacks of her, kind of hiking around the jungle and coming to the mouth of the cave, but we don't really see what happens after that. Eventually, we cut back to our holding cell, and in comes the Bruja, the old witch.
Yep.
She's got a Papa Shango face paint situation. She's got a milky eye.
Yes.
Which
You got to have a milky eye if you're a Bruja.
that's the only way.
right.
That's
the
a requirement.
that's where the power comes from.
That's right.
It's the milky eye. Her son is there, and he assists her. Her son looks like he's in his early 70s.
Yeah.
So you figure the Bruja's probably 109 at least, but she gets around pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, she's waving, smoking things around and saying a lot of magical
Incantations.
enchantments and incantations. You know, she's putting in work. Christina is officially freaked out. They're like, okay, well, you went to La Boca, you got the demon, we just need to know which one so we can get it the hell out of you. Christina's like, I'm fine, you crazy bitch. How about you just let me out of here? And then we'll just, there's no demon, I went to the cave, but we don't know what happened in the cave yet, buddy. We're going to get to that, though. So she's like, I went to the cave. Who cares? Just let me go. I'll get out of here. We get a lot of back and forth between Christina and Miranda. Basically, what we're going to learn is that the little girl in the opening scene was Christina, and that was Christina's mother that also somehow found herself at La Boca and got the demon in her, and that kind of triggered... There was like a story that popped... So Christina's a journalist in Los Angeles. Something popped up on her news feed or something like that, which inspired her to... talked to her editor, A.J. Bowen, a guy named Carson, and he okayed her to go to Veracruz to try to get the story about La Boca. And she did a really dicky thing. She just abandoned her fish with a note that says, don't let me die. What a fucking bitch move.
It's like, was anybody even there?
Just leave it in an apartment. Please, somebody break in here and feed my fish.
Yeah.
I don't know. It kind of looked like it was in her office, like in a cubicle or something. I don't know. But that's still...
It seemed to me that you learn later on what's going on with her, but I think the editor guy was sending her there to kind of clean up.
Yeah, well, we're about to get to that, because oddly enough, in the abduction phase of this military operation, we forgot to remove Christina's drug paraphernalia.
Well, it was in her bag.
Yeah.
Because she kept asking for her bag when it came in the first time. I need my bag. And then she kind of got some trust going with
Miranda, or Javi.
Javi. And he brought her a bag.
And she's got like a heroin needle and some smack.
So I'm going to take this, put it under the pillow.
Yeah. What if she had a handgun in there?
Right?
She could have killed everybody and gotten the fuck out of there.
You don't check the bag before you give it back to the prisoner?
No, why would you do that? Come on, man. Anyway, she shoots. Man, once the sun goes down and everybody fucks off for the night, she shoots up. We get a lot more of the, flashbacks of her talking to her editor and then kind of freaking out and then going to La Boca, traipsing through the jungle. When she wakes up, she now has the Papa Shango paint on her, and she is pinned to the ground, and they're doing something magical with her. They're like, okay, Miranda's translating for the Bruja, and she's like, we need to know the name of the demon that you have, so it's going to appear to you, and when it does, you'll know, because it's going to be scary as shit, but we're just going to leave you here until it appears, so, she's in a bra and panties for this little sequence here. I like this. You just chill out here, and then when the demon appears, we'll know, and... get ready, though, because it's going to be scary as shit. So then they all leave, and she gets cute with it.
Yeah.
Oh, God!
I see it.
So scary!
Scary.
Oh, they're not buying it. Listen to this stupid bitch. But in the meantime, a couple of black, king snakes slither into the cell, and they start, getting all up on her. And now she's really freaking out.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's thinking she's going to get, bit or...
Right up the hoo-ha.
Yeah, you got orifices.
That's right.
A snake can just worm right up in there.
Yeah, your legs are spread.
Woo! That could have went in a whole other direction, especially with those bras and panties. Now she really is legit freaking out. But so they come in and they get her out of there, and she's washing off afterward. But she's like, it was just a couple of snakes that got in here from the fucking jungle. And they're like, well, what kind? What were they? What do they look like? What do they do? And she's like, I don't know. I just thought that there was snakes. And then, but when they came and got her, of course, the snakes were gone. So
it looked to me like Javi
he
caught
captured
him.
one.
Did he?
Because they were crawling on her stomach, and he comes in with the bag.
Yeah.
Right before it gets
to her head, and he slams it down on her.
Huh. Yeah. Okay.
And he scoops it. It looked like he scooped it up or something.
Yeah.
But we never see the snake again, do we?
Right. So I don't know if it was, I don't know.
And we're still not sure what the demon is yet.
Right.
So
it's like they were narrowing it down.
Right. I
There's
agree with Buddy. So there's all those symbols on the wall.
Yeah, so there's two snake symbols on the wall.
Yeah.
So they put the bloody handprint right
So
on
basically,
Okay.
check that off the list.
Oh, is that what they were doing?
That's what I kind of
okay.
as, yeah.
All right. I'm into that. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So that's cool. Yeah, that makes sense now that I think about it. But we never see the snake again, so we have to assume that it wasn't an actual legit snake. Because if that was the case, Javi would have just came in with a broom or a rake or something. Hey, get the fuck out of here. But, okay, now she's kind of cleaning off and stuff, and Miranda comes back in, and now we get a little bit of family drama and what the hell's going on with Christina. Basically, Christina split, as soon as she could, from the village in Veracruz, because... the mother, the trauma of the mother being exorcised and all that stuff. So she immediately went to the United States, got her life together, and became a journalist, which is pretty cool. But so at some point she got addicted to heroin, so that sucks. And then she kind of, as Miranda put it, she abandoned the culture, doesn't speak the language anymore, just kind of whitewashed herself, and that's I don't know, just basically completely forgot where she came from. So that kind of sucks for her. In the meantime, Miranda brings her a bunch of journals and what I like to call the Mexinomicon.
A Mexinomicon.
Hey, yo, get out! Hey, look out there! It's like a witch's grimoire with a bunch of cool. It looks just like the Necronomicon, and it's got a list of the demons that I guess live at La Boca, and she's trying to figure out which one is in her. So that's pretty gnarly.
They have to do a bunch of, for each demon, they have to try the different rituals to see which one it actually is. That's kind of what I got out of it.
Okay. Yeah. I'm with you. But they still don't know which one she has.
Right.
But it's, she's going to get a bunch of visions and other weird shit going on.
And while they're waiting, here, have some goat milk.
Yeah. Love the goat milk.
What was that all?
I guess they just really like goat milk.
Yeah.
It looks...
Maybe what I gathered was the demons don't like goat milk, so it's kind of
Who
here,
likes
keep it
goat
at bay.
milk?
Yeah, right.
I will leave. I'll get the fuck out of there and make me drink that stuff.
Pasteurized?
They're supposed to hold it at bay to keep it from getting stronger inside her.
Oh, okay. So it just gives the demon the squirts.
Basically.
Yeah.
Montezuma's revenge on the demon.
That's what it is.
That's right.
Demon's like,
Demon's like, I don't feel so good.
I'm going to haunt your ass as soon as I feel better.
Don't drink the water. Fuck that. Don't drink the goat milk.
That's right.
I don't think it was goat milk.
Right?
Seriously, though, it looked like a glass of Elmer's glue they gave her every day. Okay. In the meantime, these visions of demons and stuff get worse. We get back to flashback land, and we see her actually going into La Boca, which, for all intents and purposes, appears to be just a cave, right? We don't really see anything going on in the cave, except that at some point she walks in there and loses consciousness.
She kind of flashed when she had the flashlight, or she was kind of flashing around the stalactites and whatever, and then she goes and you just get a real quick glimpse of a face coming at her.
Yeah?
And then she's out. I don't know. I saw that. Did you guys not see
in
that?
in that corner?
Yeah,
where
corner,
the eyes were
appearing? Where the eyes were
Okay.
appearing, and then poof, there was.
So that was probably when she actually got
the demon in her,
And then she got knocked out.
Yeah.
But then Miranda, I assume it was Miranda that went in there and got her out, right?
Yeah, because she told her not to go there.
Yeah.
So she knew that
She was probably
this fucking busybody bitch is going to go there, even though I told her not to.
Yeah. So good for her. By the way, how about some gratitude?
They say,
Hey, thank you for coming getting my unconscious ass out of a cave where I could have, been
really bitten by a snake.
or other locals.
I think she was going there to kill herself, honestly.
That could be too.
Because that was the vibe that I got when I was watching it. Because it's almost like, why the hell did you rescue me? I went there for a reason.
Yeah, she basically kind of says that too, right?
When she makes that video at the end.
Yeah.
That kind of makes sense. So, that's cool. At least now we know how we got there and what the fuck we were doing there. Every time she goes into one of these, vision situations, she gets a lot of flashbacks, back to her at the office and her using drugs and things like that. So it's kind of like her past is catching up to her in a way. Now it's time for us to try to get the fucking thing out again. And this time we got kind of... I don't know what exactly is happening here, fellas. I feel like the old lady just yelled at her and a bunch of smoke kind of came out of her. But, right?
Is this the one where she reaches into her?
No, this is the one before that. This was like the Strike 2 attempt or whatever.
Yeah.
Where all the smoke comes out
and
starts whipping around.
It's kind of like ash
Yeah,
smoke, fire smoke.
Yeah. Nothing really happened. I mean, it's kind of cool that it happens, but at the end, she's like, oh my God, the demon's out. And the old lady's like, nah, I don't think it is. I think that was just a show.
It farted.
There's too much goat's milk. Dude.
Too much goat's milk.
That's what'll happen.
Yep.
You can eat some fiber in there too, bro. Wait till the kidney stones pop up. You're going to hate that. So they're like, yeah, no, we're not going to let you go yet, dude, because I feel like that was just a show. But then they kind of got they could scratch another demon off because there's looked like a big mouth drawing on the, like with teeth, and she puts the bloody handprint up
one,
there.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we can, I guess that's how we're scratching that dude off the list. Very cool. So from there, we get more flashbacks, and this just kind of draws on. We get more family drama with Miranda. This kind of draws on and on for a little bit. It's pretty intense because there's like a lot of... It kind of dips into Native American lore a little bit with like the feathers. And when at the end, when she comes out, she looks like a full-on Native American, not like a Mexican to me. But that's, I don't know, that's a whole other thing. Now it's time to, we're narrowing it down, and we're going through the Mexonomicon, and we're like, okay, well, it couldn't have been that guy, couldn't have been this guy. She doesn't speak Spanish anymore, apparently, so she has to translate it from like a Webster's Spanish to English
Yeah, that
dictionary.
was pretty funny. I can't read this.
Here's your dictionary.
Translate it.
Yeah. Here is a 3-month trial subscription to Babbel.
There you go.
Knock yourself out. So, yeah, we're narrowing it down. Finally, we get to the next one, which would be Strike 3. And this time we get into, like, weird faith healing, I guess. They strap her down again. And from what I gathered, the Bruja just basically puts her fingers on her stomach and just reaches in and starts pulling
the
things.
She did the Kalima.
That's what it was.
Kalima.
Yeah.
Pulls
Hold
her-
up, she bite.
That was pretty gnarly.
Yeah. The first thing she pulls out looked to me like an egg.
Yeah, and then she broke it open. And there was
Those little shards.
teeth. It looked like
Figure
there were
teeth.
That's where they... At the end of this one is where she put the hands on the teeth.
Is that what it was?
Oh, I
Because
think,
it
but
was
he's
the
right,
teeth
yeah.
in that one.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
So, yeah, first she pulls out like an egg. But, okay. So we never saw her, like, cut her open, right?
Nope,
Right.
she's
She
like,
just
I
reaches
think
in.
you're right. It's like a faith healing thing where she just reaches in,
Right.
And when she pulls her hand out the first time, there's no
wound or anything.
Yeah,
They're like wiping the blood off, and then she's like, "Oh, I got to go deeper."
Yep.
Then she like reaches, like gets elbow deep up in there, and pulls out like a bunch of, I don't know. How would you describe that stuff?
Like a big ass tapeworm.
That's
what I
thought it was like her intestine or something.
No, it was
No,
wiggling around.
it
It
was
looked like
wiggling
a freaking.
Oh, I thought
Like
she
a
was
snake or
I thought
something.
she was
Yeah.
whipping it around.
Oh no! Look,
No.
it was trying to get away because she was trying to.
Oh, that's,
they were trying- they were
that's
trying-
right.
They were trying to pull that sucker out of
Yeah,
there.
yeah, that's right.
Even the sun went in there to help.
Yeah, you got to put a foot up, and you got to pull.
That's right. And then it just went real
Yeah.
fast
Sucked
right back
back
in.
down
No, but when she did it that time, it left a big gash because they
yeah.
had to stitch her up. So that fucking sucks. But I think at this point, like between her visions, the failed attempts, the bloody handprints on the wall, somehow we were able to figure out which demon was in her. And that was the quote-unquote broken man, which, given the pages of the Mexonomicon, it looks like just a guy upside down, right?
That was the ritual that they had to do to
Yeah.
get it out of her. She would be the one.
That got scorpioned.
Yes,
Basically.
exactly.
Which is kind of what happens.
But before that, she tries to go out the door. Remember, she tries to escape. And
Yeah, she tries to choke. She chokes out Javi with the chain, and then goes running out. But then apparently some
Stabs him
practical.
with a needle.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah, she
the
did.
drug needle too.
She stabbed him with the drug needle.
Yeah.
She's all out of dope, so she figured she'd use it as a weapon.
That's why you got to go through the bag before you give it back
They're
to her.
terrible
Come on,
prison guards.
human traffickers. F-, I give you. But anyway, yeah, she chokes Javi out and stabs him with a drug needle. Goes hauling ass out of the door, and apparently the impractical jokers were there and put saran wrap over the door because she just goes
Yeah.
boing.
Can't get
She
out.
can't get
Salt
out.
on the floor did the trick.
Yeah, she is now even. So at this point, they might as well just unchain her because she's not going anywhere.
Yep. It's like, haha, joke's on you.
Yeah, and by the way, we pulled an egg full of teeth out of you, so maybe you should hang out until we get
Right.
this
That's
thing
when she
sorted.
starts to believe is
Yeah.
when she can't get through the door.
Yeah.
The open door, seemingly.
Yeah.
But the Bruja put a binding spell, I guess, onto the hut
Yeah.
that they're doing this in, and because the demon's still in her, she couldn't get
She
out.
can't
That's
go.
basically my
Yeah.
interpretation.
I
of it.
agree, and that's when she's like, "Okay, I'm."
Which
gonna,
if they would have said that at the beginning, like, look, if you can walk out of here,
Yeah.
Makes
Go for
sense.
it.
Yeah.
Go for it. Yeah.
yeah. So why waste all the time with the theatrics and the chain
Right.
and all that?
yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So at this point, she's like, "All right, I better start taking this seriously because there's some seriously weird shit, and I've got teeth eggs inside me. So let's get this sorted out." At this point, she like starts actually going through the Mexonomicon, looking at the
Willingly.
Yeah, not just making fun of it, translating it and trying to figure out what's going on. And she kind of comes to the understanding that it's the quote-unquote broken man that's inside her. Mm-hmm. So now we have to do these rituals to try to get him out of her. Apparently what you need is like a Mason's triangle.
Yeah.
And you nail that to the ground.
That was pretty cool.
That was cool.
And when you do that, it basically nails her to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
So
it does the crucifixion,
yeah,
basically.
Yeah, like
The
stigmata style. Yeah. And then you start doing drawing the symbols and all that. All that does is agitate the broken man. And when he's ready to go, he will basically kick her upside down, right?
That's what it
and then
looked like to me.
I guess he just comes out that way. So that's what they start doing, and she starts getting pretty fucking wrecked. I was hoping that when she went upside down, the shirt would come up. Mm-hmm.
One can always hope.
I know it did not happen. They must have spackled that son of a bitch on.
That was the
somehow.
unrated version.
I got to track that one down,
Right?
Because I'm about to get myself over to Mr. Skin and find Bridget Callie
Those
Canales.
snakes went somewhere else.
Heyo. So they start the exorcism. It's jacking her up pretty good. There's like the smoke is coming out again. Mm-hmm. It looked to me okay. So this whole last 10, 15 minutes of the movie is very chaotic, but it looked to me like the smoke came out of her, went into the Bruja, right?
No,
or was it Miranda?
Yeah.
Okay. So okay.
Oh no, I think you're right. I think because the Bruja.
It came out and did like a big whirlwind.
Yeah.
Around the Bruja.
And then the Bruja was trying to stop it, like pull its heart out.
Yeah, and it did.
That was cool. So she was reaching in for the heart, the heart. All the incantation she was saying was actually making it take
like
physical
materialize,
form.
right?
And then she reached into the smoke for the heart.
Yeah,
and pulled it out. But then it went wrong, obviously. And
right.
Yeah, by the time she got it, boom, like a nuclear dust bomb went off.
Yeah.
And so
like the whole
it
jungle.
didn't actually kill it at that point.
No.
Because she was holding it.
Right. But then the Bruja dies.
Yes.
So that's very sad. But now they're thinking, okay, well, that sucks, number one. Number two, I feel pretty good about this, so I think I can go ahead and get the fuck out of here.
She thought
her
she
son left
sacrificed.
town.
Yeah. Ooh. Son's going to have to go get a job at Best Buy now.
Yeah.
They need a lot of work for the Bruja's assistant.
No. Because she asked them, are you going to take... Yeah, because remember, she died, and they had her little funeral thing, and they said, are you going to continue on the traditions? And he says, I don't have the power. I don't...
Old ways died with her.
The old ways died with her,
Mm-hmm. But
and got slashed too, I think.
She did. Remember the smoke slashed her?
Yeah.
Or it materialized and slashed
cut her
across
eyeball
eye.
out too. So I'm thinking her with the ninja scar and an eye patch, smoking hot, smoking hot.
You like your women with a little bit of a defect.
I like them, a little roughed up, around the edges. You know what I'm saying? I want a girl that I am intimidated by.
Yeah.
You know, I will do the dishes.
Where she can take her eyeball out, like just fuck the socket, put the eye back in.
Okay,
you got a hook hand. Hook hands are always hot.
I didn't go there. He went there. He's talking about eyeball sex.
I was just thinking.
I didn't want any of that. That's gross. That's some kind of a penile infection waiting to happen, I'm telling you. So that happened. Yeah, she gets jacked up. Her eye comes out, but she's got the big scar on her face. Bruja dies in the struggle. The next day, they bury her. At one point, she finally just walks out the front door, and she's like, hey, I'm good to go, dude.
Demon free.
Demon free in 93. Look at me. Funeral for the Bruja. They, like Dusty alluded to, they ask Javi if he's going to continue, and he's like, I'm not going to do this. I've been trying to get out of this hut for the last 62 years. Right. I think I'm going to go check myself out a strip club or something.
Yeah, I'm going to have a life now.
Yeah, I think I'm good for it. So now they're like, she makes a quick video. Miranda films her. I guess they let her keep her camcorder too.
Yeah.
So she makes a quick video. She's like, oh, this is where I was held captive, and here's my bucket that I shit in for the last couple weeks, and I slept here. They kept me chained up over there. And that's where she makes the admission that she came there to die, which I think kind of speaks to what Buddy was saying about her probably going to La Boca to commit suicide there in the cave.
Yep.
Like in a weird...
That's kind of my take on it, too, yeah.
Yeah, like in a weird, I don't know, I'm sick of being a drug addict, but I don't know. Thought it would be way cooler to do this here instead of my shitty apartment in L.A. kind of a deal.
Yeah, it was a little resemblance of her mom.
And by the way, fuck that fish. Which come just give the fish to your neighbor. I'm really bent about the fish,
or
man.
go set it free in the lake.
Yeah, I mean it's going to die in the lake, obviously. You
At least you tried.
Flush it down the toilet or something. It's going to die there too, anyway. Yeah, she kind of makes the admission, and then once they get done filming their little thing, she's like, "Okay, Miranda, I'm gonna get up out of here." And then you see Miranda's like left eye just kind of go red for a second, real quick, and she's like, "Ah, whoa, hey, what's this? You got the fucking thing is in you now." And she's like, "What? No, me, no, I'm good." They're like, "All right, well, go ahead and walk out the door then." And of course, Miranda can't because the demon is now in her. So now, thinking quickly and as rudimentarily as she can, she goes into the back room. Now she's got an eye patch thing. She puts on the Papa Shango face paint, and she comes out ready to do battle with the broken man. And that's basically what happens. We get to actually see, for a second or two, the actual demon, the broken man.
Yeah, because she did the whole the stigmata ritual, and it got out of Miranda.
They recruited a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Locals.
Well, so throughout the movie, there was a kid tit-lurking the whole time.
Yeah, that was the demon.
Yeah, that was him. So the demon's horny, is what we're saying, and he wants. See, the demon can't go to the strip club either. I think that's all the demon wanted. So if he would have went into Javi. Off to the titty bar.
There you go.
Put that guy to bed. But yeah, basically, then all these like random people start showing up for the big ceremony, and it pulls the demon out, and it materializes in its physical form
fully.
Yeah, I liked the face and the head was cool. I thought
it looked like it was CGI.
CGI,
It looked like a Resident Evil 1 villain.
Yeah, the big thing with the big tongue and the brain, but like a Mexican version with like the Day of the Dead
kind of a hairy back.
It did have like a werewolf kind of vibe for a second. I liked it had like a skull head, which I thought was cool. The body looked, I don't know, you didn't get to see much of it, but it did look very werewolfy in a weird way. Anyway, she banishes the demon, and then I think she decides to stay there and be the next Bruja.
She killed it.
She killed it. Took the heart out. And then while the two were fighting, Miranda ended up, stabbing it or something?
Yeah, she stabbed it or
and then
squished it or stabbed it. I can't remember. She squished it or stabbed it. I don't know.
One of the two.
I think she stabbed it.
Yeah.
She stabbed it because she brought in the machete.
Yeah.
She was going to, that was her part of her Bruja gear.
Yeah.
And it tinkered across the floor in the struggle, and Miranda stabbed the heart.
Yep.
Once it was out, and then it blew up,
And the broken man.
And end of the movie, right?
Pretty much.
Are we in agreement that she stayed on to be?
Yeah, because the guy, her editor, showed up. Remember?
Oh, that's right. They brought the editor.
The editor
That's
came
right. Yeah,
to rescue her, supposedly.
Yeah, but he got trafficked also, and ended up getting pulled in there with a fucking bag on his head, and then
she comes in her Bruja gear.
Yeah, and she's like, "We got to make sure there's no demon in you, there, boss man."
And then she sees the red in his eyes.
Yeah. So
so now she has the way to see the demons like the old lady had,
because she's the new Bruja.
Yeah, because she got all scarred up.
That's a hot Bruja right there.
Bruja.
Too hot for a Bruja. Brujas are old withered women, old fat withered women.
They could, they got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah.
They could start off like Selma Hayek.
Hottie Bruja, and then turn out to be an old Bruja.
Then you get into like a MILF Bruja, and then like a GILF Bruja, and then a
saggy Bruja.
You just get it out of me, Bruja.
Then it's time for you to sacrifice yourself, Bruja. You're not doing anybody any favors.
Let's get the next one in, please.
Bruja.
What'd you guys think of The Old Ways?
I liked it.
It was a good
Great
show.
movie.
Right? I liked it a lot. It felt very, like towards the end, like especially when she takes the place, it felt way more Native American than Mexican to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it was the old ways, so it was probably the native people that lived in Mexico, the Aztec stuff,
So I guess that would make sense that they would share some of the same kind of folklore and stuff. Pretty good show. I liked it a lot. Streaming on Netflix. If anybody hasn't seen it, go ahead and check it out, inmates.
Definitely.
It's a good show. Let's take us a little break, shall we?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I wish you were dead inside of my head. A particle of dust that slowly disappears.
Hey inmates, if you like what you hear, head over to the Padded Room Facebook group and support us through the Patreon link with a small monthly donation. Check out the T-Villain link at paddedroom.podbean.com and grab some t-shirts. Thanks for listening and enjoy the rest of the show.
And we are back, gentlemen.
Yes.
Yeah, buddy. I would be much more inclined to go get like a exorcism if The Exorcist looked like that.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you tell me you're going to take me to the old lady. I'm good. I'll be fine. I just need to sleep
brush
it
it
off. I need to sleep it off. Maybe do some stretching or something.
Couple Advil, I'll be good in the morning.
I'll be good.
You got a granddaughter?
She looks like that. I will go. You know what? I think there may be 4 demons in me. And I better just move in here for a little while.
Bring on that goat's milk.
Yeah. Well, that's not going to... Little acid reflux demon. I think it's the acid reflux demon that I got. So
Yeah.
let's stay away from
Which
that.
leads to the ass demon that I've got.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'm going to need 2 buckets.
Little goat milk intolerant over here.
That's right.
I'm going to need a bigger bucket. Right on, gentlemen. I believe it is time for 3 on a meat hook.
Yeah.
Three on a meat hook.
This week's meat hook, obviously, Mexican horror. Buddy, what do you got at number 3?
1992's Kronos.
Oh,
Very nice.
Okay.
So that brings us to the topic of Guillermo del Toro. I think he's actually from Spain. Mm-hmm. So his movies would be Spanish. So I'm going to disqualify your Kronos. I'm just kidding. That's a good show.
Yeah, it is.
I like that one a lot. Mm-hmm. It's the vampires are very unvampire-y, but they don't have to be. I mean, you think of a vampire movie these days, you think of Eurotrash, sexual ambiguity, weird stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So that's a nice break from that stuff. I like it. Right on. Mm-hmm. Dusty, number 3?
Number 3 is Beelzebub with
that's a
Tobin
good
Bell.
show.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
it's gnarly.
Fucking the
opening
school.
scene.
Yeah, the school.
Yeah. Well, the opening scene in the
pretty...
the freaking baby nursery.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Fucking
the pool. There's a lot of fucking
fucked
jacked
up
up
shit in
stuff
that
right
movie.
there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Holy cow. Right on, man. That's a hell of a movie. My number 3. Have you guys seen a movie called Tigers Are Not Afraid?
Heard of it.
What's it about? You have to tell me it.
So,
I'm terrible with names.
This is a great movie. You can watch it. You're going to watch it once. You're probably never going to watch it again. But you'll recommend it to everybody you see. You're gonna. I defy you to watch this movie and not get a little weepy-eyed towards the end. Right. Basically, what you have is a group of kids living in Mexico whose parents have all been murdered by the various cartels or have worked for the cartels. So now these kids are just feral in the streets.
Lord of the Flies type stuff.
Kind of, but more like a street gang kind of a thing. But they all look out for each other and they love each other. And this new girl shows up after her mom just gets abducted. And they call themselves Tigers because, that's a cool name for a gang, I guess.
Sure.
Shit gets really gnarly. And, I don't want to it dips into supernatural, especially towards the end when, they have these grand schemes of getting back at the cartels that murdered their parents. They're like aging from 6 to like 12 is the oldest. Eventually they do manage to get their hands on a gun and things.
Gun?
A gun. A gun. When they
Don't the cartels have many?
They have many,
guns?
but now these kids have like a leg up. And first off, the violence against kids is pretty full on. Secondly, when we get towards the end of the movie, it takes a supernatural turn, and then when you find out at the end you're going to cry. Prepare yourselves. You're going to cry in this movie, or maybe what I would do is put it on, immediately start chopping onions. And then be like, I'm not crying, it's these motherfucking onions.
Something in my eye.
This guy is son of a bitch.
I don't know.
Great shot. It's a great movie. You're only going to need to watch it once because it's going to depress the shit out of you.
Okay.
But you will enjoy it. I will say that.
All right.
That's my number 3. How about number 2 there, buddy?
2023's When Evil Lurks.
Okay. Argentinian, so again, you're wrong. You are 0 for 2, sir.
Hey, I got to side with Buddy here. It's Spanish language. It might be a little racist.
Fucking racist. Jesus. Get your Teslas out of my driveway. That is one hell of a movie right there. Mm-hmm. Did you? I think you guys have both seen the director's previous film, Terrified.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That's a bad motherfucker too.
That's number 2 on my list.
Oh, is it? I'm sorry. Well, you're also wrong.
I know. That's why I was backing Buddy up.
I see.
Because I knew it was Argentinian, but I thought,
doing.
hey, speaking Spanish, it's fucking close enough.
Those are both awesome movies.
Yes.
God damn, that big, fat, bloated, pustule-ridden sack of shit in the in When Evil Lurks. They say you can't smell a movie.
Oh, you can.
You can smell that fucking guy for miles. Just
Yeah.
thinking about him, I'm getting a little. Or the part with the.
Oh god!
Eat like a popcorn bucket, but
Yeah,
it's
right?
his son's brains that she's. Oh, okay, all right. Hell of a movie, both of them. Bled right into your number 2.
Yeah, number 2, Terrified.
Terrified. Also, like, dude, the first 5 minutes of
Oh, my
Terrified.
God.
Yeah.
When the chick is getting ping-ponged in her
Around
shower.
the bathroom, yeah.
Oh, fuck.
It's
And that
nuts.
is probably the creepiest kid in horror. Like, the
dead
kid.
one?
Yeah.
Just sitting at the
Just
table?
sitting
Yeah.
there with his glass of milk.
Yeah.
Or no, first his hand is down
Yeah,
here.
his hand's down, yeah.
And then he grabs the glass of milk.
Yeah.
Fucking dude.
Yeah.
Get
That
real.
thing that's under the bed is pretty fucking creepy too.
That I mean, I don't know that I ever fully understood Terrified, but from what I took away from it, some kind of a dimensional rift in a neighborhood that basically
Yeah.
caused all the houses to be like
haunted
horrifically
in
haunted.
just the one neighborhood. It's
Yeah.
weird. Yeah. I don't know.
It's a hell of a concept.
Yeah.
Same thing with When Evil Lurks, like this possession pandemic that's
Right.
going on. Woo!
Chaos spreads.
The things that dog did to the little girl.
Oh yeah. Oh my
Fucking
god.
Fuck.
That was a gnarly one.
Yeah. All right. Right on. My number 2, little movie called Here Comes the Devil. Mm-hmm. You guys seen that one?
Oh yeah, I did one time, so I need it.
You wouldn't think a movie about kids getting possessed would be that sexy, but like when
It was fucking like my skin was crawling, like when that little girl, you know.
well, dude, like when Dad is finger blasting Mom in the gas station parking lot, talking about how many dicks she sucked and what kind of cum she likes to swallow. What are we doing here, fellas?
That's a ridiculous fantasy.
I will get down in some weird places, but like noon in a gas station parking lot while the kids are walking around a random hill just off to the... And then we just take a nap afterward. Bravo to you, sir. I say bravo. That is... I mean, I get horny, sure. And I will knock one out in the bathroom at work, but...
The gas station on the side of the road, that's where I draw the line.
Come on now. Oh, wow. And then the babysitter, and she's getting all diddled up by the... Okay, all right.
Squeeze that nozzle and fill up the car.
All right, buddy.
Different podcast, buddy.
Hey.
Buddy Smut Hour.
That's right. We need to bring that back. How about number 1 there, buddy?
Devil's Backbone.
Okay, right on. We were just talking about Guillermo del Toro. That's a good show. Another creepy kid, but I think the creepy kid from Terrified takes the cake on that one. Dusty, how about number 1?
It's not Mexican language, but it takes place in Mexico from dusk till dawn.
I put some serious thought into picking that one also.
I love it.
That's a great movie all the way around. Alan brought... I mean... The Jack Pick steak thing.
Yes.
That's very silly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really silly things in that movie.
Oh, the Sex Machines gun.
Cock gun. Yeah. The musical instruments that are suddenly made out of body parts when 4.5 seconds ago they were regular.
That would not be acoustically possible,
I don't
sir.
believe that you would get any sound to an amplifier through a guy's torso. Whatever. I mean,
Great
you got to
movie.
write a lot of stuff off in that movie, but it's still
Such
a good
different variety of fucking vampires, too.
Oh, totally.
And just the concept of it being an old fucking Mayan pyramid
Temple,
that's a titty bar built on the top of a pyramid, and
Love
then you
it.
look down the backside, and all the old trucks are
trucks.
fucking down there.
Yeah.
It's fucking cool.
I
It's
like
great.
that. Yeah. Did you ever see any of the sequels?
Yeah, but then none of them were as good as the...
I mean...
I heard the TV show was fairly
It was-
decent. I
I
didn't
like the
watch it,
show.
though.
The show was pretty
series,
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
I never saw that show.
It's basically like 12 episodes of the movie.
Yeah.
So it's like the movie broken up into
The
12
first
episodes.
one's like damn near similar to
Yeah,
it.
like
right?
the first episode is just that gas station
Yeah.
scene.
Oh, okay.
And I forget his name, but the dude that they
Fez?
got to play Seth Gecko is like spot on.
It's just like
Oh, yeah.
Clooney.
He doesn't look like him, but he
But he
plays
just plays just
plays
like
him
him.
really
just
well.
like him. Like
The same mannerisms. and-
cocky a little bit, kind of, a lot of fuck
Swagger.
you. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, very cool. But the guy they got to play Richie was basically a mannequin the whole time. And every now
That's
and then,
kind of what Tarantino played it up like, but he's kind of a
psycho.
pervy mannequin.
Yeah, psycho.
Psycho.
Oh, did you want me to eat your pussy now? But no. Well, easy.
Sure, I'll do that.
The
Yeah.
gas station parking lot.
That's right.
Mine is a movie you guys have probably never heard of. It's called Come Out and Play. Nothing. It's actually a remake of a 1970s movie. The concept is that 2 American tourists go to Mexico on their honeymoon, and then they decide they want to take like this little ferry ride to this island. And on the island, it's kind of Children of the Corn. All the kids have just gone bananas and slaughtered all the adults. And now they're marooned on the island with these crazy-ass kids. And they have to do some really nasty things to these kids to survive. We're talking like, I mean, the kids have already done some really bad shit to the adults on the island, like killing them with rakes and holding them down and running them over with lawnmowers. Shit. It gets pretty, and it's very graphic in the violence. But when these Americans get down there, they are trying to get off the island, and they're just shooting them in the face with shotguns, hitting them with sledgehammers, running, just taking one of those little Mexican trucks and just plowing through a crowd of them. And the director, I forget his name, but he's some kind of a psycho, just shows like the kids like splattering and like getting mauled under the vehicle. Jeez. So you see like the
rolling up in the tires,
like just getting kind of chewed up and spit out. It's really gnarly.
Wow.
Definitely worth a watch. It is difficult at times, especially us being fathers and the kids, the age groups of the kids and things like that. But it's definitely worth watching. Come out and play. Yeah. Stars the guy that played Microchip in the Punisher series. Yeah. Anyway, that's our meat hook for the weekend, mates. Let us know what your top 3 favorite Mexican
or Argentinian,
Mexican
or Hispanic,
Spanish
horror movies are. Mental health hotline, of course, area code 775-387-0275, or just hit us up at paddedroompodcast.com and let us know what you think there. In the meantime, we're going to tell you what movies we got to watch in a segment called What Are You Looking At?
What are you looking at?
How about The Rule of Jenny Penn from 2024?
Ooh.
John Lithgow and Jeffrey Rush.
Okay.
It's basically a prison movie that takes place in a retirement home type convalescent community. John Lithgow plays like the bully, like the
old folks home bully.
Yes,
gotcha.
Nice.
Okay,
and
I'll knock your teeth out and take your. Wait, you don't have teeth.
No. Well, I'll just take your teeth then and put them somewhere you can't find them. But he walks around with this little baby doll puppet, and that's Jenny Penn.
Okay,
and he basically marionettes. What do you think, Jenny? Should we beat this guy up? Oh yeah, he's a real pain in the ass. Kind of a thing. But then Jeffrey Rush shows up, who still has his wits about him, and then they butt heads. I don't know that I'd call this a horror movie. It's more of a psychological thriller, I guess. And I don't want to give away the ending, but so some people die, and there is murder involved also. So look out for that. It's not a bad show. It's more of a psychological thriller. Fucking John Lithgow can play a right fucking weirdo when he wants to.
Yeah.
He is.
Oh my god!
Remember when he played the
villain in Dexter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What killer was he? Was the
Ice Cream Man? Was he?
No, the ice truck was his brother. I can't remember what he was.
I can't remember.
Anyway, he was a serial killer on Dexter in like the 3rd season or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That last episode. Oh my gosh.
I don't know if it's worth spoil it, but I mean, shit, Dexter's old.
Yeah, that's 100 years old. But have you guys ever seen a movie called L.A. Story?
Yeah. Is that
Steve Martin?
What's her name? Kim Basinger or no, the different one. That's L.A. Confidential. Never mind.
Yeah. Steve Martin plays a weatherman that's trying to get a movie made in L.A. He's got like a script that he wrote, and he has a high power lunch with a producer played by John Lithgow, and he's sitting in it's like an outdoor restaurant. John Lithgow comes in riding a jetpack, and he lands right at the table, and he's like, "Wow!" And then Steve Martin pitches his movie, and John Lithgow's like, "No, I can't make the movie right now. I'm making a musical about prostitutes. Opening number. Ready? Go. I fuck for a living." And he's like getting all tearied up as he's singing the song. And he's like, "Okay, gotta go." And his jetpack blasts off, and he goes up in the sky. Good times. That's all I'm looking at this week. Dusty, what do you got?
I didn't get a whole lot because we were doing our little mini vacay up there in the mountains of Northern California. But we watched another episode of That Happy Face. That's about the Happy Face killer. It's good show. Moving
Nice.
forward. And then off of our buddy Jeff's recommendation, we started watching Paradise on Hulu. Mm-hmm. And it's not horror, but it's more kind of a thriller, what's going on here. And I don't know if I want to say too much about it because it's there's a lot of oh shit moments, like, so basically the guy that plays James, what's his name? The guy who plays Cyclops in the X-Men, Marsden. He plays the president of the United States, and then he has a Secret Service agent that works for him, and then shit goes down. And he saves him from getting shot, but then towards the very last part of the first episode, you're like, holy fuck. That's why I don't want to say too much about it, but I highly recommend it. It's on Hulu. And all the episodes are out now, so you can just binge the fuck out of it.
Thing. Nice.
And it's very good.
It's got an 8.0 on IMDb.
Dude,
Look at that.
Yeah.
Great.
That's like a combination of our last 8 movies.
Yeah,
Right.
So,
Good
yeah,
times.
it's not horror. I mean, but like I said, it's a thriller-ish, and
Right on.
There's murders involved and stuff like that, but it's fucking great.
Very cool.
Highly recommend it.
All right.
Right on.
And that's it.
Buddy, what do you got?
I got to check out the limited series Behind Her Eyes on Netflix.
Okay.
It starts off, it's almost like a drama, and then you start realizing, oh shit, there's some serious shit going on. Quite the twist there towards the end.
Yeah.
There's killing involved and other stuff, but it's pretty good. Definitely worth a watch. Not what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be more on the horror side, but it kind of builds up to it until the last 1 or 2 episodes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right on.
that's it.
That's it. Right on, dudes. Good times. Let's get into some immersion therapy then, huh?
Yeah.
Immersion therapy.
What'd you guys think of Werewolves Within?
Loved it.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the
It was
second
a
time,
fun watch.
this is the second time I watched it. It's good.
Yeah, I like
really
it.
Yep.
It's a hard trying to get the ridiculous humor along with a movie that can still kind of keep you entertained, because that's the problem I have with a lot of horror comedies. They just jump right into adolescent dipshit fucking boner jokes.
Oh, I was laughing my ass off at the Ranger dude.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was fucking
Yeah.
great.
He was great.
Yeah.
And how about the set on the AT&T girl?
Ooh.
Good night.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that was something.
Yeah.
I might have had to rewind that part once or twice. It's just for my personal research. No, it's a good show. Definitely worth checking out. Good mix of comedy and horror, because Werewolves comedy was funny without being too juvenile, I thought.
Yeah.
What do you got for us this week there?
All right, this week, let's check out 2024's Blink Twice. This is about a tech billionaire, Slater King, that meets a cocktail waitress, Frida, at his fundraising gala. He invites her to join him and his friends on a dream vacation on his private island. As strange things start to happen, Frida questions her reality. And you'll find this gem on
Prime.
Prime. I was like, where did I see that?
Keep us in suspense now, buddy.
Prime.
Right on, inmates. Check that shit out, and we will do the same, and we can compare notes next week. But now, it is time for a round of Who is Your Daddy?
Yeah.
Who is Daddy?
First, my clues from last week. I am a independent reporter working for Vice.com. My drug-addicted sister wrote me from a weird compound in Georgia saying that she had found the answers to her addiction and was doing so much better, and this community thing that she's involved in. I thought, well, this sounds like a story to me. Why don't I grab my cameraman with the unusually big forehead and head down there, and we'll make a story out of this. It basically turns out to be a retelling of Jonestown, and it ends pretty close to the same way. Also, yeah. So that's pretty gnarly. I Am, of course, The Sacrament by Ty West, also starring A.J. Bowen. That's a hell of a movie right there.
Oh, love it.
He gets a lot of shit for this one because people think, well, he just basically ripped off, made a true crime movie, changed the names.
Jonestown.
Yeah.
Well, how many times?
It's been done
It's
before.
been done all the time.
Yeah. There's good ones and there's bad ones. This was a good one.
Art imitates real life.
Yeah.
Right?
And sometimes life imitates art. But I think what really sold this for me was the character of, what do they call him, Papa?
Yeah.
Or Father? Or whatever.
The leader.
The old guy,
Yeah.
He played the hell out of that, man. That guy's a great actor. And sweet old man, absolutely harmless. You want me to go live in Georgia with you and you're going to take care of my room and board and I get to play basketball all day? Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Until not so much.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I signed up for what?
Why am I being whipped all of a sudden? Fuck.
Yeah.
Right on, dudes. Who might I be this week, you ask? Well, I am a bit of a mentalist, I guess. And I've turned that into a profitable little venture where I can sell my skills as being somewhat supernatural. And, I'll be honest, I'm a con man. I'm a straight-up con man. And I perform in this traveling circus. And because I'm so good at my job and reading a crowd and picking up little nuances about people, I can pass myself off as being some kind of a psychic dude that talks to the dead. And I was making a pretty good living doing this, too, in the 1930s, until this millionaire who is desperate to speak to his dead wife offered to basically shovel money into my pockets if I could somehow facilitate a meeting with him and the dead wife. Is all a scam. And now I'm in big trouble because this guy is well connected and he's now looking to kill me. So I'm in big trouble now, dudes. Who might I be, you ask? Tune in next week and I'll drop some knowledge on you, inmates. In the meantime, I think that's about going to do it for us. You guys got anything else on the week?
Nope. That's about it.
Alrighty. Like, comment, subscribe wherever you found this show, inmates. That helps our visibility quite a bit. We do have a Patreon campaign running if anybody gives a shit. PaddedRoomPodcast.com is where you find all the info you need. Join us next week for A Horrible Way to Die here in A.J. Bowen month in the Padded Room. And with that being said, for con men, presidents who might have gotten shot or might not have, or might have gotten shot at by people that they don't know that what's happening there exactly. John Lithgow. Crazy fuck he is. That's a shining example of how you do not have to be attractive to get a job in Hollywood.
Oh,
He is not an attractive man.
He's a great actor, though.
No, he is. But he gets typecast as serial killers and old man bullies with puppets on their hands.
George Henderson.
George Henderson. Yeah, that too. I mean,
So he can play a family man,
Family
too.
Man too. All kinds of crazy roles he's had over the years. And the Padded Room Podcast. I'm afraid visiting hours are over.
Bye and have a great week.
I want to know how to survive in a nightlife.